Today what we're going to do is we are going to add some black lines, which we're going to call them contour lines to the face. Now these are the areas that we think will help make our image more defined. So the very first thing we're going to do is we need to take a selfie. And when we do that, we want to use the rule of thirds, or if you want to call it the grid. And we're going to use a method of angling the camera so that we're not straight on. Again, right now, when you see me, I'm straight on, but we want our picture, if you ever notice when people go to take selfies and stuff, they hold the camera up in the air. It gives them a more dynamic angle. And we want to have a somewhat dynamic angle on this design. So you could have someone take your picture or just take it yourself. But again, take several, make it actually something that's an interesting image. Now, I actually used my computer here, and I tried to get a little lower yesterday to take my picture, but again, it's a slightly dynamic angle. What we don't want is this. Okay, we don't want to look straight in the camera, just boring. We want more of like an angle where we can kind of see more of the face, or it could be like something with your hair, if you have long hair hanging down, that kind of thing. So the very first step we're going to want to do in creating this, and again, this is more of a rough draft. This isn't going to be the project. The project's going to be something we're going to do by hand. We're going to make a collage. But in order to do this, it's going to be easier if we kind of use this as our rough draft stage. So what we're going to do is, first and foremost, we are going to change the contrast. Now, remember, when we are adjusting this, we could jump right in and do the brightness and contrast, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I do want to make sure that you understand there are other ways of doing these things. So we have like levels, and the one thing I like about using the levels chart here is I feel like it's just very clear on what I'm going to get. And I'm able to basically see the levels here, and it's showing me the black, gray, and the white. And again, as I manipulate this, I'm adding more or less white to it. So in this case, I'm eliminating more of the gray to black and having more of the white. So again, if I look at this and I think, well, the black doesn't, it kind of drops off here. I can bring this in as well to get more contrast. I can even come down here and eliminate these colors. I can do samples. So if I wanted to do a 3-part stencil, which we'll talk about at another point, I'd be able to go in here and manipulate those things. But you can notice as I move this, we're going from less gray to a darker image. Okay, now we don't want it obviously too dark. We lose a lot of our detail there, but we do want a little bit of contrast. And I did already do a little bit on this to begin with. So we'll just say right there, just for the sake of doing it in the project, and hit OK. Now you'll see I already did a bunch of layers, and I'm going to do those. I want to just show you what I did with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is we'll just pretend those aren't there. I'm going to make a new layer, and I am going to call that layer black lines, just like I have this one. So we'll call it black lines 2. Now what I did on my first layer, which I'll show you in a minute, I just want to show you how I did that, is I'm going to need to use the navigator to zoom in, and I'm going to find areas where there are lines that look black. So again, you can see around my nose, I didn't draw anything on there. That's just how dark that area is, or above my eye, or under my eye here. And again, we don't have to get any closer probably than this, but the closer we are, the easier it's going to be to do this step. So again, we can go ahead and click our navigator off, and I like, again, having that there. If your navigator is not there, remember, it is hidden under window. There's the navigator. Okay, mine pops up over here because I use it all the time. Now, in this area, what I'm going to do is use the Polygonal Lasso tool. Now, you could use the pen tool for this, but we haven't really gone over that, so we're just going to stick with what we know so we can keep moving. So here on my black lines palette, what I'm going to do is simply select areas that I feel should be shown in the black lines. Again, this is a small selection. And then all I'm going to do is take black. You could use the paint bucket, but since we're in such small selections, I'm just going to use the brush and color it in. Control D is deselect. You'll use that a lot in this little lesson. And again, I'm going to go back and select these areas. Now, not every area is going to be enclosed. And in fact, what we want are what are called open shapes. Open shapes give it a much nicer sense of lightness. And I don't mean darker light. I mean in a sense of weight, visual weight. So again, I'm going to come around here, and if you feel like there should be more black, we can always add that later. So again, I can fill this in, Control D, and if I look at it and think, you know, I think it should have gone down into that crack there, we can do that. We just add it in. But again, the lines don't necessarily need to connect. There's no reason. And I'm going to fill it in. And then deselect. And as I continue doing this, again, it's just small parts, and the more detailed we get, the better it's going to come out. Even around like my eye there, around the iris, there's a small sliver of black. And again, it's almost like we're making my face into like a coloring book, like where we have our black outlines. And as we work, we can start seeing the eye showing up. Again, I haven't connected anything. I'm just taking bit by bit, and it doesn't really take that long. Once you get the hang of it, you just kind of get in the groove and you keep going. Again, we can see the eye. So we're just going to look around the face. Again, we have more to do on the eye. We could do like the shadow here, the little bumps under my eyes. We could do some of the eyebrow, definitely the lines on my head. But right here, like for example, the lips. So your lips, a lot of times people want to draw these big old lips, but in reality, the line is really small. And the closer we get, the more detailed the little nuances of the line we're going to get. And it's going to look better. So it's a very small amount of black. But again, when we go to turn this off, you'll start seeing like the actual lip. Now again, some of these lines aren't necessarily real. So if I don't really have a black line under my lip here, but just for fun, I'm going to see about what would happen if I added one. So some of these things are going to be artistic choice, where you're going to go ahead and add things. And again, we can zoom out and see how it looks. Now I also added a white layer here. The white layer allows us, when we turn off our face, kind of lets it show up more. And in my opinion, I think that little black line that I added really does work for the lip. Now, I'm not going to continue working on this. I want to show you what I've already done. So we're going to turn that one off. This is what I've already done. Again, here's my face, and here's where I'm at right now. So areas like the ear, I zoomed in and did that, but there's a lot of these areas that still need done. So again, I've just been, and I switched layers here, I'm now on this one. And again, I'm going to zoom in. And it's not, when you zoom in, a lot of times it feels like you're doing more work because you're working smaller, but you're working faster here. So I wouldn't be able to get these kind of details if I zoomed out. It would look worse and I just have to redo it. And again, remember, this is just our rough draft. So we're trying to get these black lines because we're going to use a Sharpie to do them on the real project. Oops. So keep that in mind. It doesn't mean, like, if the black line's there, it doesn't mean I have to keep it. So again, see how that line looked. And you can start seeing the collar on my shirt. Now just for fun, I threw some layers on here, like skin tone, and there's some weird beard. But again, just for fun. Those aren't really necessary, but I just wanted to show you. So again, turning the face on, zooming in on part of it, and then finding what we want to add. So again, it doesn't have to be a black line. If you feel like this cheekbone here would kind of be a good line. And again, it may not be a good line, but it doesn't mean we have to keep it. We're just kind of exploring. Make sure you're on the correct layer and fill it in. And again, you can always just check it. So if it looks good, it looks good. If it doesn't look good, well, get rid of it. You can edit, undo, or when we go to do the final, you just maybe don't transfer it to the Sharpie. So again, you can see how that's going. We would definitely want to get in here, maybe add some black lines around the hair. Again, we don't want to outline. This is not an outline right now. We have a lot of open shapes. This is just where we're going to have the black lines that kind of show off where certain features are, because we're not going to do black lines for the collage. We're just going to do color, which will make it much easier for you to do. So this is finding the black lines, specifically contour lines of the face. for the project. So again, you will turn in one should look like this, and the other should be this image. Again, you can actually have your face. The way I did mine was I did this, and I turned it way down. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Fix that. So I'm going to turn this one way down so that you can kind of see a little bit of both, like a ghost image. I think that would be the easiest way. So I'm going to go File. I'm going to save it as a PSD, and then I'm going to attach it to the classwork page, which I already did. Oops, it's this one. So there it is. You can see my example right there.